Hello again, folks. We just keep chucking through. I hope you really enjoyed the last step on the affiliation and the VIP because, again, that one was something that I had so much fun creating. Now, this is another favorite of mine. Everybody always asks me, what scripts do you use? Scripts? Have you ever had a telemarketer call you and try to sell you on something and you say, I'm just gonna go off of SiriusXM because I had just canceled my subscription. And he calls me, now I canceled my subscription. He's calling me back. Now, mind you, I'm not selling my car, but that's the story I told him that I was selling my car. So he's trying to sell me on, and here's a little tip for you. If you wanna get SiriusXM really, really cheap, cancel it and they'll call you back and you'll get it for like $6 a month or $3 a month for 6 months. So just cancel it. And so every time it comes up that they recharge you, just cancel it. But anyway, he calls back and he says, hey, I can offer you this great deal. It's $6 a month for the next 6 months on SiriusXM. I said, I canceled it for a reason. I'm selling my car. I don't want it. I'm moving out of the country. I'm selling my car. But he continues to go on with his script. Because why? He didn't hear what I was saying. He was so focused on what he was supposed to say next that he was just memory. And he wasn't paying attention and practicing active listening. And I said, dude, did you hear me? Why would I get SiriusXM if I have nowhere to listen to it to? And this is what he said to me. It's such a great deal. I said, yeah, I'm not denying the fact that it's not a great deal. It is a great deal. However, if it's not pertaining to my situation and I have no way of listening to it, I don't care how great the deal is, it doesn't fit my story right now. If I need it, I will call you back. And if I can't utilize the same pricing when I need it, then that's on me. But hello, that is why I don't train scripts. It is all about questions. He who asks the questions is the one that controls the conversation. And we practice active listening. So I hear all the time from people, I don't know what to say. Don't worry about what to say. Know what to ask. When we are having conversations with buyers, with sellers, with internet leads, with whoever it is in our world, we need to really be practicing questions and come from an inquisitive perspective instead of an assumption perspective. How many of you all have internet leads that you're always assuming, well, they're just looking, they're not going to really be buying? Because that's usually the story that we hear all the time. But it doesn't matter. Our job is to find out where they are in the process, get them to tell their story so we know when it's going to be convenient for them for us to fit into their story. We can never make anybody move if it's not the right time. So just think about that whenever you are having conversations with prospectives. There are a few things that we have to find out. A, what is the current situation? Whether they're a seller, whether they're a buyer, doesn't matter. What is their current situation right now? How long have you been where you are? Do you own or do you rent? Why is that a determining factor? Well, if they own, do they have to sell to make a purchase? How long have they been in their home? How much is their mortgage payment per month? If they rent, are they in a month-to-month or are they in a lease term, and when does that expire? And how much are they paying a month? Why is how much they're paying important? It's that red flag is if we can see the price point that they're looking at, or they have let us know what price point they're looking at. If they're only paying $1,200 a month in rent or in a mortgage, but they're looking at a $500,000 house, hello, that's going to lead to a few more questions of how do you think, or how do you plan on moving forward with the purchase financially? Is it going to be cash or is it going to be financing? Do you know how much equity you have in your home? Or if they're renting, do you have money in savings? Do you know how much you're going to need to contribute to put down? Or if any at all, if you have rural housing or USDA in your market. These are the questions that we have to find out to really get to the urgency. and the motivation. And if they're like, I'm just looking, well, hypothetically, if you were to make a move in the future, what would have to happen? And that's where you really get the real story. Well, my kids have to graduate out of school, or my husband has to retire, or this or that. We get the real story. And then just ask them, is there any way that you would potentially move before that happens? They're going to tell you yes or no. Because when you're asking the questions, they really don't have time to think, because they're not really yes, no answers. It requires them to actually say something. Now, we talked a lot about the internet leads, the buyer leads that we're capturing and we're having a conversation. What about the seller leads that we're calling expireds or whatnot? Well, think about what almost every agent says. Are you going to be putting back on the market? Are you interviewing other agents? Boring. They're hearing that same thing over and over again, click. And you got to remember, they're getting a minimum of about 40 phone calls in the first day. So just be a little bit different. Again, I'm a big fan on consistency. We've all heard speed to lead. Well, what about the consistency of the follow through? Because if you don't win on that first speed to lead, you got to continue to follow through. And that's the trick with expireds, truly. My lead in with an expired is, hey, I just sat down at my desk and I was looking through some data and I saw that there was a house on 123 Main Street. Your name was attached to it. And I just wondered if you knew anything about that house. They're gonna go, yeah? Well, can you tell me about it? Because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it just so I have it in my records. You're not going after the listing. You need the information to know if you are going to be needed. Then you can carry on from there. And the next thing, what do these sellers always say? Just send me something. I had so many phone calls, just send me something. Well, how many people have they said that to? And I point blank ask them. I'm like, Mr. Seller, I totally respect that. And how many agents have you talked to? 40. How many of those did you tell them to send you something? All of them. Well, I specialize in expireds, and I'm not like all of them. I'm not just going to send you something for it to get shuffled through 39 other agents. That's not my style. I really want to work and do what is in your best interest. What can I do for you to make sure you meet the goals that you are expecting with your home sale? What can I be doing for you right now? I will tell you that will shut them up and they're not even going to know what to say. And then we have to lead that next question because they don't know what to say. When is the best time for me to check back in with you? Because I really want to educate you on this process and see if we can meet your expectations, because I don't know. It may be that the market isn't right now for your home sale, but we have to dig in and find out that reason. If I just drop something in the mail to you, we're not digging into anything. You're just getting my information. So I really want to be able to help you. And the only way I can do that is to see your home and us just have a sit down and see what your expectations are and how I can help you. Makes all the difference in the world, folks. Don't be so attached to the appointment that you lose sight of the process. Enjoy the process. Treat these people like you would your closest family member, and you will never lose. Because even if they hang up on you, it's okay. Just keep going on to the next. They're just having a worse day than you. And people hang up on me, I keep trying to call them back because I just caught them at a bad time, okay? So you are gonna get a download of my questions. I highly suggest utilizing them and becoming a great question asker. And until our next video, have an amazing day and practice these questions. Practice certain questions whenever you meet somebody on your family. Just start changing up your dialogue. Have a great day.